Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. So it seems that the high street is going to take another buffeting from businesses closing down. We've obviously heard about WH Smiths, who are selling their high street chains in favour of focusing on their airport brand. I know that my local HMV is going to be closing to find different premises, probably because of the costs. And now Poundland has said that they are looking to offload their high street company because they say that it's now becoming increasingly difficult to operate in the UK. Now Pepco, who own Poundland, they're a Polish company, and so they're obviously going to be finding it difficult, not only in terms of imports of their goods, because they do a clothing brand, which you might have seen with the Poundland brand. They've also got to deal with this increase in national insurance contributions for employers, and also the minimum wage. And of course we know that Poundland, most of their employees are going to be low wage workers anyway, so they're going to be hit more than anyone else. Now there's around 800 plus stores across the UK, and it's thought that a lot of them are going to be closing, or at least many of them will be closing, although apparently they do have several interested buyers. But what's going to happen here? Because if you think to yourself, Poundland are, or have become, a way for people to buy things at a cheaper price. So you might get popular brands that's selling at a cheaper price because they tend to buy this stuff in bulk from other retailers who overstock, so they sell that stock off cheaply. Poundland buy it and then sell it at a cheaper rate. It's the same with things like B&M and Home Bargains. They're all the same type of business model. But the trouble is, if they're now finding it difficult not only to get the stock, but also to compete in the UK because of things like the increases in tax and minimum wage, then what hope does that give to everybody else? Because this is a company that probably runs on very fine margins in order to keep profit, and so if they are now struggling and having to offload their business, then this could show the death knell for many other businesses across the high street. Now of course there are some businesses who are going to do better than others in this situation, but it is very difficult to understand how this is going to continue on, and I think a lot of this has got to be down to the budget. I mean, they've said basically that the UK is now becoming increasingly difficult to be successful, and I think that's absolutely right. Now, whether that's completely because of Rachel Reeves's budget or not, I think that she's not necessarily doing much to help businesses, and that's only going to drive more high streets to become like deserts basically, and they're boarding up shops and nothing taking over in its place. It's become increasingly difficult, and so what's going to happen now? Who's going to be next? It could well be that this sparks a flurry of closures. I mean, I think there's already going to be a number of other ones coming in as soon as this increase in national insurance comes in. I think there are going to be many businesses who are going to be looking at their profits and seeing how they can absorb this. If they can't, then I think we're going to see a flurry of other companies closing pretty soon. But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Do you think that this is all to do with the Rachel Reeves situation and her taxing, higher taxes on national insurance, or do you think that this is more a case of companies just deciding to leave the UK because in protest of these extra taxes and things like that? Let me know down in the comment section what you think. I'd love to hear, of course. Don't forget to subscribe if you've got this far, and I'll see you next time.